Arsenal got a good start today, didn't they? Made it difficult for you.
Yeah, we went bright enough in our defensive work today. That was from our point of view, that was the story of the afternoon. To be perfectly honest, a little bit too passive in all our defensive work. Allowed good players, which Arsenal undoubtedly have. Allowed good players time and space to be able to get their head up and create and move and manipulate the ball to good effect. And we just didn't get at the source of the problem, which obviously you want to get players up to the opposition and affect what they can do when they're in possession of the ball. Certainly first half we never got anywhere near what we were talking about before the game in terms of closing people down and being able to affect the game in a positive way for ourselves. Second half I thought we were slightly better, made a few changes, we were able to retain the ball better than we had certainly in the first half, where we found it really difficult to get any ball retention and create anything. But in the end, the story from our point of view is the performance of Jack Butland. Once again, he's shown what an outstanding young keeper he is. As the season progresses, we fully expect that you won't have as many opportunities to be man of the match. That's our aim, obviously, because at the moment he's having a little bit too much to do. But that's enabling him to show what an outstanding young keeper he is. So that's a positive. Another one, probably the only other one for us on the day, was the reintroduction of Bojan, who's obviously played a part in the Premier League game for the first time. So we're delighted to see him back. And on a day of negatives, those were the two highs for us.
Apart from sort of potential and ability, did that make it easier for you to let Begovic go?
Well, that was part of it. We knew what we had in the building. We knew we had an outstanding keeper. That would have got frustrated if he'd had to wait any longer. It was important that Jack understood we had trust in him and confidence in him, and that's what we hope we're showing to him now by obviously giving him the #1 shirt. And he's done nothing since I've made that decision for me to really worry or concern myself about that decision, because he's been outstanding.
With the new players that have come in, is it almost expected that it's going to take time for things to gel and settle?
Yeah, we haven't made that many changes. We've introduced a lot of young players into the under-21 development squad, but in terms of guys that are pushing for the first team, we had to replace a couple of guys that left, a couple of goalkeepers. So there's been a turnover of players, which most clubs have to deal with. It's a little bit stop-start this time of the year. There's been a lot of international breaks, and I think that's affected us. Certainly today it did. Just thought we had that little edge to our game taken away, maybe with the travelling that some of our guys had. Arsenal didn't seem to have been affected too much by that themselves, because obviously they've had people away as well. But we've got the opportunity now. We've got 2 home games coming up, and we've got a whole week to get some good work into the guys. Some of them didn't get back until Thursday, Friday, so it's important that we have a good week now leading into 2 home games after quite a difficult period for us.
How do you talk by the table at this stage in the season? Is there a danger that once you're in there you kind of get stuck?
There's always that danger. We don't feel that way. Apart from today, where we were poor in a number of aspects of our game, the games before we've been fine. I've been encouraged by the games and the performances that we put in, although we haven't got the points on the board that the performances deserved. Today we weren't good enough to go toe-to-toe with a very good Arsenal team who, as I said, were good on the day and moved the ball really well. We'll play lesser teams than Arsenal and get points without a doubt.
Some of the players looked a bit unhappy with that coming together, with that challenge with Gabriel and Marco.
I think Marco felt it might have been deliberate. I've seen it from afar on one other occasion. You can't really tell whether or not the lad has deliberately done it. Only the player himself will know that. So we're not going to make a big deal about it. It's one of those days where really that hasn't been the reason we've got beaten today. There are other aspects of our play that caused that.
2 minutes of the Monday,
Okay.
just outside.